One of my favorite dishes to order in Asian restaurants are the chicken in the lettuce cups. You know, the chicken, it has water chestnuts and soy and those crispy lettuce cups, and you roll them up and you have a lot of fun with it, and they're really fun to eat. Well, I thought today I would share with you my own lettuce cups made Middle Eastern style, plus they're vegan. So for all you vegan people out there that have been requesting vegan recipes, I've got just the one for you, and I'm really excited to share it. Welcome to those who have never been to my show before. I'm Blanche, and welcome to Feast in the Middle East, where I show you how to make authentic Middle Eastern food. And I also teach you how to empower your health with really healthy recipes. So what I'm going to do is share with you how to make these lentil lettuce cups Middle Eastern style. You guys are gonna just freak out how insanely good this is. Wait till you see what kind of ingredients we got going on in this dish. We've got a cup of white mushrooms that have been sliced. It could also be cremini mushrooms. I have half of an onion that has been chopped. I have 1 cup of already cooked lentils, and I'm going to show you my shortcut. I've got another cup of cut up butternut squash, and I will explain to you why they look this way. Another shortcut, basically. I've got a teaspoon of cumin, or kamun in Arabic, a half a teaspoon of turmeric, and just like a handful of chopped parsley, but you could use cilantro or mint, and 1 small clove of garlic that's been minced. What I'm gonna do first is put about a tablespoon of olive oil in the pan. You could also use avocado oil. I highly recommend avocado oil or olive oil in cooking because they both are pure oils. So for newbies that are new to cooking, always heat up your oils before you add your other ingredients, because it'll prevent your ingredients from sticking to the pan. So we've got the oil, it's heating up very nicely. Okay, so to that oil, I'm gonna add the half cup of chopped onions. And we're gonna saute that until it's kind of nice and soft. So we're gonna add to that the garlic. Now the garlic, you only want to stir it for about a minute before I add the next ingredient, because you don't want the garlic to burn. And the next ingredient is this butternut squash. Now you might be wondering, why does this butternut squash look crinkled, like crinkled potatoes? And the answer is I bought them like that. It saves me time on slicing butternut squash. Plus it's really enticing for kids. You could tell them that they're little lightning rods or something, like give it a different name to attract them to it, to attract them to trying out a new vegetable. So I'm gonna start seasoning with some pink salt, and I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit more, and I'm going to add the mushrooms now. Okay, let's add the mushrooms. I love mushrooms for vegan dishes because they add a nice meaty flavor. They keep you full, and what's magical about mushrooms is even though they're a plant food, they have protein in them. Let's start some of the seasoning. So I'm just gonna add a little bit of the turmeric. I love to add turmeric in any dish I can because of the antioxidant, anti-inflammation benefits of the turmeric. So if I can put it in anything savory, I will. And if I figure out a way to put turmeric in a dessert, I'll make a dessert with turmeric. I don't know, if you guys have ideas, let me know. So as you can see, it's getting brown kind of nicely. If you find that you don't want them to burn, or you don't want the pan to burn, my easy trick is to add some vegetable broth. Like I'm adding vegetable broth here because it's a vegan dish. There we go. You see that? There we go. What's great about vegetable broth is it adds lots of flavor without any calories. So it's always a big trick of mine. Instead of to just add more and more oil, which is what the old school ladies used to do, I just add vegetable broth. And so I'm gonna continue stirring this until the butternut squash is nice and tender. So the broth pretty much tenderizes all the vegetables even more effectively than oil. So if you want this to be oil-free, you don't even need to add the oil in the beginning. I like to add it to make them a little more browned, but you can just add vegetable broth. I'm gonna stir it up a little bit more. So the very last thing I'm gonna add are my cooked lentils. Now, if you want instructions on how to cook lentils, check out my mujaddada video, which I did in the past with my mom. It's one of my most popular videos where I show you how to cook lentils. I'm going to add the 1 teaspoon of cumin. Cumin has two purposes here. One is to flavor the lentils because it goes great with lentils, and the second purpose of cumin is to help you digest the lentils, which is awesome. Now let me share with you another shortcut, especially on those really crazy school nights when you've got so much going on at the same time. So I use these ready cooked lentils, which I really love because they're actually also a product of France, and I know in France they have really good agricultural practices. They're not so crazy about pesticides and GMOs over there. So this is like one of my great shortcuts, and I like to use these lentils. I incorporate them in all sorts of things all week long, whether lentil tacos, soups, stir fries like this, or just top them on salads the way they are. They're already cooked, so it's really convenient, and there's only 2 ingredients, lentils and salt. Beautiful, right guys? So to add the last bit of color and freshness, I'm going to just sprinkle the parsley, the chopped parsley over this, right? And what I'm gonna do is spoon it in this bowl because this is gonna be great for our roll-ups. Now, we're going to make a quick sauce to go with this, a Middle Eastern style sauce that has a tahini base, and that's gonna be amazing for bringing all of these flavors and textures together. Look at that, that's beautiful. Okay, so for the dipping sauce, I have a 1/4 cup of tahini, or tahina. I have 1 teaspoon of Bragg's liquid aminos. I've got 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and 1 tablespoon of maple syrup. So you might be wondering, what are liquid aminos? So liquid aminos are kind of like soy sauce, except they're made from vegetable protein. This particular one is made from soy protein, and it adds a nice savory, salty flavor to your food. And it's great for vegans because, you know, they want that kind of savory flavor without any meat products. So that's why I like the liquid aminos. So what I did was I started with just 2 tablespoons of water in here, and I'm going to add the rest. So the 2 tablespoons of water are going to add the base. If I want my sauce to be a little more watery, I'll add more water. But right now I'm going to leave it at that. So I'm going to add the lemon juice, the maple syrup for just a little bit of sweetness, and the Bragg's liquid aminos. And I'm just going to stir this around. And here's the beauty of this sauce. If you want it thicker, add more tahina. If you want it more watery, just add more water. It's really up to your taste preference. So I'm gonna taste it. It's great. Oh wow, I'm sorry, I double dip, but you know what? I'm gonna eat the whole thing anyway, guys, so. I can't share it with you guys. I wish I could. Okay, now for assembly, all you do is you take a piece of butter lettuce or any kind of lettuce you wish. You could use romaine or anything, but I really like the tender texture of butter lettuce, and I like that it's sort of round. And you take a little bit of your lentil mixture, like this, on the top. And you could serve it 2 ways. You could drizzle some sauce on it, or you can just dip it right in. So since I've got this in this container, I'm just gonna drizzle a little bit of the sauce right on top, like this. Here we go. Isn't that gorgeous? This is so beautiful, and it's really fun to eat. And it's fun to like encourage the kids to sit around with their own lettuce cups and put their wraps together. These wraps are full of iron and fiber because of the lentils, and plenty of protein. So you're not missing any protein because the lentils are super rich in protein. So let's take a bite. Messy but delicious, guys. In my cooking, I always like to have a little element of sweetness, a little element of saltiness, some like hearty, savory flavor, especially this time of year as it gets colder. I kind of get sick of salads. Like in summer, I'm all about my salads. But as we get colder, and like I said, I like to take advantage of autumn vegetables like butternut squash. It's a really fun way to eat vegetables in a different way that's really heartwarming, keep you warm this winter. So, guys, give me a try. You're my vegans out there, you know who you are that have been requesting this. Tell me what you think. And if you're not a vegan and you're like scared of vegetables, I really want you to try this because I think this will actually make you fall in love with vegetables all over again. Okay? So, until next time, please subscribe to my channel. I need the subscribers, guys. This is all free. I live off your subscriptions, so I really would like a subscription. You just point, you see that little button down there, and you just click on it. It's very easy. And you can follow me for more ideas on Facebook at Blanche's Feast in the Middle East and Instagram at Blanche Media. Until next time, guys, sahtan. Have a great time trying out this recipe, and please leave in the comments below what you think. Take care. Bye. I'm gonna eat some more of this. Oh my gosh, this is insanely good.